Now, it's not as if you and I didn't know. Almost, guys, listen. Almost everybody under this relationship comment section kind of almost predict that this kind of relationship doesn't work. Interestingly, human beings in general, we know that when we see some type of relationship, we can guess and say this type of relationship doesn't work. And this is not me hating. This is not me going around saying shit. It's like we know. Bro, do you know the number of times that I have seen relationships on the internet and then I've gone under comment section and people are saying that this type of relationship doesn't work. It's not as if maybe I am red-pilled or I say a whole bunch of nonsense, but human beings in general, when we see some kind of relationship, we can predict that this type of relationship doesn't work. Forget about it. It doesn't work. Okay? And with the Pella and Jarvis issue, guys, this thing is trending on my FYP a lot. And you guys need to understand that this is not a blogging channel. I don't blog on this channel. You know that, right? I don't blog. What I do, we talk about relationships sometimes. We talk about other things. And I think we are known for relationships. So when it comes to issues like this, we can actually talk about it from an intersexual human behavior. That is what we do. We don't talk about, what is happening. But there's a trending video, right? There's a trending video with Pella. And, he had an accident. People are saying it's for clout. People are saying it was planned and it's alleged, whatever the hell they were saying. I want to talk about it in a relationship context. Now, interestingly, somebody like me or somebody like our channel would be seen as we are talking about it from a hateful standpoint. Just because, people, we are living a new era, guys, we are living a new era where people now pedestalize somebody like Pella, somebody like, all these streamers as their role model. People do that. This is a new age system. So people look at it like, oh, you don't say certain things like this about my role model because I look up to him, and all that. You understand? But unfortunately for you guys, I am from, bro, how old am I now? Like, I'm from the other generation where, our role models are the big dogs. Like, interestingly, I was so much obsessed with Rambo. I don't know how old you guys are. Rambo, Van Damme, the whole tough masculine, you need to go to the gym and be built like a tank thing. We know that is what makes us a man. Like, unfortunately, we live in a clown world now that you have to, it's almost like you need to become like a clown to become like somebody's role model. And unfortunately, I don't vibe with that. So when I say I don't like Pella, or maybe I don't vibe with Pella, people will look at it from the fact that I hate him. I just don't see my life in him, right? Like, I don't vibe with him, right? So when I see him on my FYP, yeah, he has some numbers, he has some money, but I don't look at it from, I want to be like this guy, I want to be like a different. Anyway, so I think I'm talking too much. There is a trending video. There's a trending video, guys. You need to watch this. We are going to talk about this, right? There's a trending video with Pella. I think, according to the caption, they said, he got involved in a fatal accident. And again, there's been a whole bunch of brouhaha around this, bro. There's been a whole bunch of nonsense about it. People are saying that it was planned. People are saying it was whatever. And again, I want to talk about this from a relationship standpoint where somebody like Pella is, extremely rich. Is he extremely? Yeah, who has some money. And let's say, dating somebody who is super hyped on the internet. Like, we are talking about it in a relationship standpoint where somebody who has the hype, right? Like, Pella has the hype. And then, what's the name of the girl? Jarvis also, has the hype in that context, right? So he was streaming live. Bro, it really did happen though. Shit.
Thank you.
But why does he have a seatbelt on, bro? He wanted to kill himself. Now, let me pause this. Guys, let me remind you guys on something, right? Let me remind you. Most of you girls watching me, when you say you're looking for guys who are emotionally intelligent, guys who are, who can show emotions, and guys, you don't pick and choose the type of guy you want. I need you guys to understand that you're looking for the whole spectrum of a man who cannot control his own emotions. Okay, and people who cannot control their own emotion are scary, bro. I don't think you guys have seen a fraction of how scary it is if you're a man and you can't control your emotions. Now you can take away the whole idea of, crying in front of a girl and the whole thing. People who cannot control themselves when it comes to their emotion are much more scarier, bro. To be honest with you, if you can't say, okay, yeah, I'm pissed, but I need to leave the room because if I don't leave, I'm going to cause issue. If you cannot see yourself doing that, you are much more scarier. Because ladies say this all the time and it's scary to me. Look at this scenario, right? Somebody who does not care about the numbers they have on TikTok. Bro, you guys would... Bro, listen, we have people who are going to watch me right now. They can't get the kind of numbers that Pella has. The kind of love that he's getting on the social media. But somebody who can forget about that people, forget about the numbers they have, forget about the fact that they bought a new car, but for the fact that they felt like, or somebody, made them feel a certain way, they need to kill themselves. Think about it. Because listen, there are a lot of guys who are going to watch me right now who are going through terrible, bad things. Guys, terrible, bad things that these guys are on the verge of committing suicide. But they won't. Why? Because interestingly, they have some girls who like them. Interestingly, they have some family who pedestalize them, who look up to them. Interestingly, there are people who love them. So they won't. That is the only reason why they are still alive. A lot of people went through bad shit this year, right? And then they would never think of committing suicide. Why? Because they'll be looking at it from, okay, if I die right now, what is he going to do? What is mommy going to do? Okay, so when you guys say, oh, I'm looking for a guy to be emotional and show emotions, yeah, you're going to get some type of guy who doesn't give a shit. And trust me, those guys are toxic, bro. Like, guys, those guys are very, very toxic. I'm not going to lie. You see all those guys who don't care about anybody. They can get angry, smash, whatever. Bro, those guys are toxic as hell. They don't care whether people... There's been multiple times that I've seen content on TikTok where, let's say, Pella said something ridiculous that is not supposed to be said on camera. And you can see that Jarvis was like, fuck, why would he say this on camera? Those guys, they don't give a shit. So when you say, yeah, I'm looking for this type of man, you need to know which one you're looking for. Do you understand? You need to know which one you're looking for. Soft guys are much more scarier. All right. Yeah. Now let's jump into this for a second. In the context of relationship where people say, okay, yeah, it doesn't matter. This person is young. Let's say again, we are talking about Pella in this context. But mind you, this conversation is not even directed to him. We are using them as an example. So let's say in a context where people think age doesn't matter, right? Because people say this all the time. Age doesn't matter. Money doesn't matter. Hey, let me just say this as well. People say something which is funny to me all the time, that, oh, when I make money, all this nonsense you guys have been saying on the podcast wouldn't really matter because money will solve everything. What makes you guys think? What makes you guys think that money will solve a whole bunch of nonsense that is happening in the system? Do you people think money changes people? People say things that is funny to me. People think money changes people. Like, money doesn't really change anyone. Money just amplifies people, right? So if I'm a stupid person, if I make money, I'll be much more stupider. If I was a coward, if I was a selfish person, however I was, if I make money, you get to see it, right? So however people are, don't make you think, oh yeah, when I make money, women are going to like me. Yes, women only, okay. When you make money, what is going to happen is that you're going to become very visible, okay? You're going to become very visible that maybe you're going to open the scope of dating market. And now women are going to like you because, of course, it's you, right? So women are going to like you. But the money does not keep them glued to the relationship. You understand what I mean? The money does not... It's almost like a girl who is extremely beautiful. A girl who is extremely beautiful get attention from men. Yes. But then the men pick a move on her, and then the men... At the end of the day, she can't keep the relationship running. There are other things that keep the relationship running. So yes, I can make some money. Yes, I can buy some car, and then some women will like me, of course, because I have money, right? And what is going to happen is going to be funny. The women will come. They will know, yes, I have money, but aside the money, I'm a stupid guy. Do you understand? So aside that, I lack at maybe I smell weird. I can't really articulate my point properly. I'm not a kind person. I have terrible teeth. Whatever the hell it is, I can't keep the relationship running. So sometimes it's funny to me when people say this all the time that, oh yeah, when you make money or when you are beautiful, that's it. No, when you are beautiful, it's only one pillar of the relationship traits. So then people like you for what you're saying. I'm a guy with the money, so yeah, they're picking a move on us. Yeah, because I'm the guy with the money, but I can't keep the relationship running. As same as I'm a lady who is beautiful. Yes, because I can't keep, the relationship running because it only gets your foot to the door. Okay? Now, back to this type of relationship. What I was saying. Social contracts does not adhere to reality. Okay? So this new age of dating where people say, yeah, age doesn't matter, this type of relationship doesn't work. Why? Because it is a new age nonsense. And you guys can believe in the new age nonsense by saying that, oh yeah, it's a new age and money doesn't matter and everything. See, at the end of the day, every human being will go back to their biology. Okay, there are people who are doing certain things that they feel like, oh yeah, this is normal now. But they'll get to some stage of their life and they're like, no. I'll give you like a lot of examples. Let's say a man who is being disrespected because he has no money. And there are some girls that he like, and the girls are disrespecting him because he has no money. And maybe he gets the relationship running because he's understanding because he has no money. He is trying to say, oh, there's nothing wrong with that. But that man will go back to sleep feeling bad about the fact that he was disrespected. Again, I can give you more examples. There can be scenarios where, a woman who has no money, a woman who dated somebody who's younger, let's say a woman who is like 30, and she dated somebody who's like 25, and they think it's cool because social contracts, they make it look like, yeah, it's cool. Age doesn't matter. That woman will still go back to bed thinking that, nah, this guy is too young. This guy is too dumb. That kind of feelings. Like guys, you can't really run away from reality. Reality about human being programming is different from what you guys think. Okay, you guys can say, oh yeah, this doesn't matter. Age doesn't matter. All these things. Guys, for a fact that to some degree, that matters. So women to some degree are still interested in men who are older and richer and whatever the pillars are there. And men are still interested in women who are younger and then, who are submissive and everything. You can say, oh, there's nothing wrong with that. Yes. But at the end of the day, it will still bite you again. So in this type of relationship, you guys should be expecting more. I mean, for those of you saying, oh, yeah, it's content. Oh, yeah, it's content. It doesn't really matter because it's content. You're telling me that we've gotten to the stage where some streamers or some people, in fact, most of these streamers are stupid, bro. But then some streamers, because of content creation, they can risk their life and try to kill themselves, pretty much. Because of why? Because they want to what? Impress who? Like almost all these streamers. Me, I watch a whole bunch of streamers, and sometimes I watch most of their interview, and most of them are not really that deep. And I mean, what can we say? Most of the streamers are younger. They've not been through life like that, so they don't really have all these life experience and everything. Like looking at somebody like Pella, for instance. I mean, according to the research, they were saying that he has not really dated multiple. And as a man, what makes you attractive is for the fact that you have experience. It's also one of the attractive traits. So now okay, women move like this. Do you understand? So most of you who say, oh yeah, I want to make money because when I make money, if you don't understand the dating market, you can still make money and you become a client for women. Do you understand? So you can still make money. Women will still use you because, of course, that's what you are known for. Guys, let me remind you guys of something. Men, we were brought up to understand that women are, we don't talk like this to women. We treat women like this, her opinion matter, women first, those things. So we were brought up to understand that this is how women are. If you want to call it brainwash, that is it, because that is how we know. So when you make money and you say you want to abstain from women, what is going to happen is that if you don't, let's say you don't date, or you're not in a society, in a system where you know how women move, and you try to focus on making money, it's good. What is going to happen is that when you are ready to start a relationship, women are still going to use you because at the end of the day, you don't even know how women move. Consider this as an advice from a big brother, bro. Like, usually, all you have to do is to make sure that, guys, this is how women are. And again, to the context of what is trending right now, you need to understand this type of relationship doesn't work. One, the bigger problem is that one is a streamer, and most streamers do not really know anything. Guys, you guys have no idea the number of times we've met content creators who don't even know shit, bro. Like, they can't really articulate their points clearly. They've not been through anything. And why wouldn't they? They are like internet dogs. They stay on the internet the whole time. They watch a whole bunch of movies. They don't know how to even talk to people. You know, like there was a recent award program for streamers. I watched the whole program, and most of the streamers, I don't even know their names offhand. At some random interview shit, they couldn't even articulate their points properly. Like, they don't even know what they are saying. So mostly it's not really their fault. They don't know what is happening. You get me? Like, they don't even understand that this is how men and women move. And you know what is funny to me? There is no difference. Again, let's talk about the whole Pella and Jarvis issue. You made money as, let's say, someone like Pella, right? You made some money. When you make some money, the only beautiful aspect of you as that man, like Pella, is your money. All right? There's nothing much more beautiful about you as a man. But as a man, your attraction could be like 5 pillars. Could be status, money, being built, being smart, knowing how, like, there are a lot of things that makes you attractive as a man. That is why there are some men who are not even extremely that rich, but they know how to go around with women. Because apart from the fact they don't have a lot of money, they know how to, talk. They know how to be charismatic. They know how to smell good. There are lots of pillars that comes with attraction when it comes to women. You get me? So sometimes this type of relationship doesn't work because maybe Pella doesn't, meet all the rest of the requirements. So you can meet another replacement of Pella outside the streaming. You can meet another super sexy guy who is not extremely rich or extremely hype like Pella. And that guy could be everywhere. Like, you guys have no idea. These guys are much more replaceable. You look at the faces of these girls and they're like, But one thing I've also noticed about with Pella, with the Jarvis girl, is that if you leave somebody like this guy who is super hyped on the internet, who else are you going to date? I think about it. Sometimes I feel maybe you can get some guys, of course, but women are naturally hypergamers. So when you date somebody like Pella, okay, he has money, okay, he has hype, okay, and you're looking for somebody of that kind of caliber. But I think it's good. It's possible. Anyway, so this is the first time I did this alone. I'm doing this alone, as a matter of fact. And for those of you who would like something like this to be done, I think the next segment will be done with, as usual, I am my co-host, the LPZ. And if you did like this one, you know what to say under the comment section. Let me know you did like this one. And I think we'll be doing more of something like this on what is trending on Silvercast. And I'll see you on another one. If anything, I'll call you.